Hello and welcome to the late evening news on NTA News 24. I am Olajide Bello. Many thanks for joining us. Nigeria and China are set to commence the implementation of the blueprint and comprehensive strategic partnership reached between President Bola Tinubu and President Xi Jinping in September 2024. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that a delegation of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference visited Nigerian Senate to further lay the groundwork for the implementation.
More than half a century of mutual relations between Nigeria and China was last year upgraded when President Tinubu, after a state visit on the invitation of President Xi, agreed to the comprehensive strategic partnership. The visit by the vice chairman of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference is to facilitate the implementation of the agreements covering various sectors. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, expresses Nigeria's willingness to continue engagements for mutual benefits.
We have found in China a partner that does not lecture, a partner that listens, a partner that does not impose his will on the people, but a partner that invests and does not retreat even as the sign of difficulty, a partner that marches forward with us in all facets of infrastructural development.
Nigeria is a major country in Africa. It has extensive influence. China always attaches its great importance to its relations with Nigeria.
In another developments, the Northeast Caucus in the National Assembly has commended President Bola Tinubu for putting in place the $530 million special agro-industrial processing zones to make the industrialization of Nigeria's agricultural sector a reality. It, however, urges the inclusion of the Northeast Zone in the project.
The Northwest and the Southwest have two processing zones each. South-South, Southeast, and North Central have one processing zone each. Despite its enormous agricultural potential and of course livestock, the Northeast Zone is conspicuously missing from the list of states allocated to processing zones.
The caucus also appealed that people of the zone should be considered in more federal appointments. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
A move to boost state energy planning within the state. The Nigeria Governors Forum signed a memorandum of understanding with the Energy China, which specializes in renewable energy and gas production in China. Speaking on behalf of the chairman of the Governors Forum, the Governor of Gombe State, Inwa Yahya, Governor of Gombe, said the MOU and the ensuing relationship between the organizations will signal a critical step in strengthening the institutional framework for subnational energy governance. The statement added that access to sustainable electricity, which includes renewable energy, particularly in the wake of the recently passed Electricity Act of 2023, will mark a pivotal moment for energy landscape, introducing innovative structures that aim to boost investment and enhance the reliability of power supply across the country. The NGF said fostering partnerships between the government, private investors, and international stakeholders will develop innovative financing models, improve capacity building, and enhance grid infrastructure to accommodate renewable energy sources effectively. Nigeria's energy future took center stage at the 2025 Oloibiri Lecture Series and Energy Forum held in Abuja. The event brought together policymakers, industry leaders, and technocrats to discuss strategies to achieving a sustainable and resilient energy landscape. Lydia Sampson reports.
It is the 9th edition of the Oloibiri Lectures for Muhammad Yusuf, a 300-level petroleum and gas engineering student from Nile University. His first time leaving the classroom to attend such a lecture series and interact with industry leaders is very significant.
I look forward to networking and getting to know all of them and discussing on the problem of sustainability in the oil and gas industry.
With the theme driving energy sustainability through technology, policy and supply chain excellence, key industry experts believe the Oloibiri Lecture Series and Energy Forum 2025 highlight Nigeria's commitment to navigating the global energy transition while fostering local empowerment.
PTDF has the mandate to build human capacities in the oil and gas industry. So PTDF has an enormous role.
So our first step is to make sure that we harness all discussions and all the areas of opportunities in the terms of technology, in terms of policy, and then to be able to gather like teams that will look into it.
There's a lot more openness, a lot more willingness to talk, and I think that's what we need to encourage.
Key speakers emphasized the need for innovative policies and investment in the energy security drive, including renewable energy, to meet growing demand.
As we forge ahead into this new energy era, let us remember sustainability is not a destination. It is a journey powered by technology, guided by sound policy.
The forum also stressed collaboration between government and the private sectors to enhance energy supply chains, harness technology, and emerging opportunities to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. They are unanimous that the Oloibiri Lecture Series is a rallying point for bold initiatives and strategic partnerships, positioning Nigeria's oil and gas towards leading Africa's energy transformation. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu has called for stronger ties among election management bodies in the West African sub-region by providing a central data and logistics sharing platform to reduce the cost of conducting elections on the continent. Professor Yakubu made the call in Banjul, the capital of the Republic of Gambia, where he is attending the Extraordinary General Assembly of the ECOWAS Network of Electoral Commissions, ECONEC. Professor Yakubu, who previously served as president of the ECONEC Steering Committee, expressed gratitude for the support he received during his tenure. He also informed the Assembly that he is attending the ECONEC meeting for the last time as chairman of INEC as his tenure ends in November this year. With the adoption of information and communication technology to boost productivity in businesses and organizations, the National Directorate of Employment building capacity of workers to cope with emerging digital innovation. In line with this, the Directorate has assembled coordinators of its training programs across the country in Abuja to bring them up to speed with new trends for effective implementation of programs. Joseph Utsen reports.
Out of about 100,000 targeted beneficiaries of the Renewed Hope Employment Initiative under the National Directorate of Employment (NDE), 30,000 of the youths are being engaged in information and communication technology training. In this hall, the people coordinating this program across the country are also receiving ICT training themselves to enable them perform better in their responsibilities.
Started engaging the NDE registration portals, we saw a lot of challenges and we saw a lot of areas to be improved. So based on that, we created courses, and we created both physical courses that we're going to start right now in the next 3 days, and also e-learning courses that is going to be carried on using mentorship.
NDE says it has opened up a digital corporation that will help in providing the needed skills for beneficiaries of its training programs.
When NDE was created, IT was not the in thing then. It was more of autotronics and welding and fabrication, fashion design. And now that we have more of IT operations, we have agreed in-house that a minimum of 60% of our resources will be channeled towards digital skills.
Participants are expected to be equipped in content creation that will enhance visibility of NDE services to the public. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
This is the late evening news at 11 and NTA News 24. More reports after this break. Stay with us. Thanks for being there. In furtherance of its efforts to stem child and maternal mortality across the country, the Renewed Hope has distributed another batch of 10,000 professional kits to frontline health workers, this time to midwives in Northeast Geopolitical Zone. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu flagged off the distribution for the zone in Jalingo, Taraba State. State House correspondent Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
With Taraba State as the host, midwives and other frontline healthcare workers in the Northeast Geopolitical Zone take delivery of their own set of 10,000 professional kits donated by the Renewed Hope Initiative.
It is made for professionalism. When you see anybody wearing this outside the hospital, you are able to identify him as a health worker.
And that is why the Renewed Hope Initiative, RHI, procured 60,000 branded scrubs and 60,000 pairs of Crocs as an incentive to encourage and support the tireless dedication of our midwives.
Presenting the items as part of RHI intervention under its health advocacies, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu highlights the importance of investing in and empowering health workers in order to scale down cases of child and maternal mortality in the country.
RHI recognizes that the demands of the health profession requires not only skills and compassion, but also the right tools and kits to encourage our midwives as they serve others.
It takes all of us, the federal government, states, local government, civil society, traditional leaders, and the whole of society to be able to improve the health and well-being of Nigerians.
While applauding the intervention, Taraba State Governor Agbu Kefas aligns the state with RHI vision of renewing the hope of Nigerians.
Let us continue in service to humanity, loving others as we love ourselves. That is the spirit we see in your work today. We in Taraba share in the vision of the Renew Hope Initiative, which align with our 5-finger development agenda.
Providing financial aid to the elderly, distributing essential food items, and offering support to those in need are clear manifestation of your compassionate leadership.
To the delight of women petty traders in the state, the First Lady also announced a donation of 50 million naira as business recapitalization grant for 1,000 beneficiaries in the state. The First Lady had earlier met with members of the Taraba State Traditional Rulers Council, where she renewed her appeal to them to actively support initiatives designed to improve the health and well-being of their people. Chairman of the council, His Royal Majesty Manu Ishaku Ada Ali, appreciates our interventions in the health sector, noting their impact on the well-being of the people. From Jalingo in Taraba State, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, says President Bola Tinubu's administration is driving bold reforms in strengthening Nigeria's health system, including expanding access to affordable health care through strategic partnerships. Speaking at the official unveiling of the Diaspora Hub app, the Diaspora Health Insurance Scheme organized by the Africa Diaspora Corporation in Abuja, Professor Pate describes the vital initiative as to complement government efforts in achieving universal health coverage.
This is important. It's fixing a key pillar of the health transformation that Nigeria needed, at least in terms of affordability, in terms of risk pooling, prepayment mechanisms, and our ability to buy quality health care.
In African healthcare financing, where we look for innovative ways to finance healthcare access for many Nigerians. And I must say that we are here today is a testament to the commitment and the tenacity of the group to actually address this particular need.
Nigerians have been asked to embrace modern livestock techniques for sufficient food and nutritional value in line with best global practices. This is coming at the first Northern Nigerian Livestock Development Summit held in Abuja with the theme Sustaining and Improving Livestock Development in the Region. Yusuf Jika reports.
The first ever Northern Nigerian Livestock Summit is gradually taking the center stage with expertise of key players unlocking the huge investment opportunities in technology-driven farming. Discussions were also upscale in areas of improved value chain in the industry with proposals of meeting targets of utilizing huge potential in the sector.
For that broadening us together and bringing us together, for the North in general to come up with a strong policy, a strong communication on how this ministry will move forward and benefit us.
How to improve this practice to modern livestock practice.
The Minister of Livestock Development and other critical partners call on stakeholders to harness the several value chain inherent in the sector with priorities to dairy products, consumption and market value.
To transform Nigeria's livestock industry, we need a synergy among all stakeholders, such as government at all levels, private investors, traditional rulers, farmers, and development partners alike.
It offers timely and strategic platform for dialogue, innovation, and collaboration as we seek to reform and strengthen our livestock sector.
Participants at the event are optimistic that conversations in the summit will advance the livestock development and contribute to economic growth and development of the region and the nation. In Abuja, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
This is the late evening news at 11 on NTA News 24. Here's a major recap of our stars. Nigeria and China set to implement blueprint for strategic partnership.
A partner that listens, a partner that does not impose his will on the people.
Nigeria expanding access to affordable health care. Coordinated Minister of Health and Social Welfare briefs diaspora community. Nigerian farmers encouraged to embrace modern livestock techniques for food security. Glad to know you're still there. The Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency predicts that nearly all parts of the country will experience flooding this year due to the anticipated amount of rainfall during the rainy season. Earlier, the Nigeria Meteorological Agency (NIMET) forecasted that the rainy season would begin early this year. Now let's join Musa Babaliu for more details.
While many people appreciate and admire the rainy season, there is always an underlying fear of the floods that often accompany the weather. This concern is the motivation behind the flood outlook presentation by the Nigerian Hydrological Services. The predictions are divided into three categories. The first category includes areas at high risk of flooding, with 1,249 communities identified across 176 local governments and the Federal Capital Territory. The second category consists of areas expected to experience flash floods, which may result from poor maintenance or inadequate drainage systems. The following cities may be particularly affected: Abakaliki, Abeokuta, Abuja, Asaba, Benin City, Birnin Kebbi, Calabar, Ibadan, Kaduna, Kano, Lagos, Makurdi, Nguru, Onitsha, Osogbo, Port Harcourt, Sokoto, Warri and Yola.
Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Lagos, Ogun, Rivers and Ondo are to experience coastal flooding due to the rising in sea level and tidal surge to impact on fishing, wildlife habitation and river navigation.
Umar Ibrahim Mohammed, Director General and Chief Executive Officer of NISA, noted that this year's flood forecast extends beyond mapping local government areas to identify specific at-risk communities.
The agency has been able to come up with interventions and novel programs for reducing the impact of flood disaster on the most vulnerable communities.
The outlook includes 3 documents addressing flood forecasts, which provide detailed scenarios of potential flooding events, flood risk communication, which offers tools to translate forecasts into timely action, and flood mitigation and adaptation, which outline key measures to reduce vulnerability to flooding. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has cancelled mock examination results of 180 candidates over alleged involvement in examination malpractice. JAMB Registrar Professor Isaac Oloyede made this known while monitoring the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination mock exercise at a center in Abuja. Olayinka Ojo reports.
It is that time of the year again when prospective tertiary institution students across Nigeria participate in the UTME mock examination, a preparatory test ahead of the main exercise. The mock examination not only helps candidates get familiar with the computer-based testing system, but also allows JAMB to test run its technological innovations aimed at curbing examination malpractices and other infractions. This year, the board was able to detect and identify misconducts.
We are aware of some rogue websites asking people to come and pay that they can help. It cannot work. We have also opened our own rogue websites, and as at this morning, about 180 students have paid. To attempt to cheat is already an infraction.
This raises concern about the consequences for those found culpable.
And we are going to deal with them firmly. We are going to cancel their results, both UTME and DE, because to attempt, it's my mother, it's my father who paid, it's not my business.
JAMB says it remains committed towards ensuring a fair, transparent, and credible examination process for all candidates. Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
The Nigerian Senate has pledged to provide every necessary support to enhance the operations of Federal Road Safety Corps to achieve its goals in road safety management in the country. Vice Chairman, Senate Committee on Federal Character Commission and Government Affairs, Senator Dickett Blank, reiterated these at the commissioning of some facilities at the national headquarters of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Abuja. Oyeyemi Ajayi has the details.
One of the key targets of the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed, on assumption of office, is digital transformation of the Corps, especially in aiding its operations.
In Allah's name I pray.
Seemingly, that target is turning into reality with the transformation of the renovated reception, making it more digitized and interaction-friendly. The Information and Communication Hall, as well as the Data Collation Center, amongst others, have also been transformed to enhance better service delivery.
I want to use this opportunity to publicly appreciate the progressive and innovative actions of the Corps Marshal. We will continue to support this type of this agency or this commission to succeed in whatever means, whether by legislation and whether by way of appropriation.
The first lead we made here is to create enabling environment and conducive environment for staff to be motivated, to be more productive. The idea of doing this is to have that impression. First impression gives the best judgment, and that's what we're doing here in headquarters, to make sure that headquarters is the best that we can offer to our public and to also staff.
While encouraging other government establishments to emulate these efforts of the Corps, in its service delivery, the FRSC was charged not to relent in ensuring safety and sanity on the roads, which remains paramount to everyone. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
Concludes the late evening news at 11 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Olajide Bello.